Hi, folks. Heather Vickery here. Welcome to Live with Heather Vickery. That's me. It's my show, and I just got off the phone with some bad news from the from on my car, so I'm a little flustered right now. Isn't it fun when just on a random Thursday you find out that you need a new $500 battery and all sorts of other things? So life is crazy. Um, but it's interesting because today's topic is whatever you decide to be true, whatever you believe to be true for you, then is. And um, I think I needed that. I think I needed that message today as well. I opened my newsletter this week with this quote: whatever you think you can do or believe you can do, begin it. Action has magic, grace, and power in it. And that is this week's live show topic. You have to believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is actually the single most important thing if you want to create, shift, and change in your life. You have to believe in yourself. It doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter how much time and effort and energy or money you put into something. If you don't believe in yourself and believe that you can do the thing, you will not be able to do it successfully and well. You will self sabotage over and over and over again, because that, my friends, is just the way nature works. It's the way humans work, all of it. It can be very difficult to believe in ourselves. We're not always raised to believe in ourselves, to believe that we know enough or have enough information, or that we're strong enough, or have good enough character, or are worthy enough to do whatever the big dream is that you have for yourself in your mind. And I wish that I had some sort of magic eraser that I could give you. I wouldn't even sell it to you. I would just give it to you, that you could like spray yourself with or rub all over your body, and all of those bullshit stories that have been placed upon you could just go away. I don't have that magic eraser, but I do have 20 years of entrepreneurial experience, a certification in positive psychology, a certification in human design, and a certification in NLP and subconscious reprogramming. I do have tools and resources that, should you want to implement them, can do that work, can reframe your perspective, shift your limiting beliefs, shift your subconscious realities and truths, and give you the encouragement and confidence you need to do whatever it is that you want to do. But you have to believe in yourself first. You have to believe that it's possible. You have to believe that you can, and then you have to start. And that may be the most difficult part. One foot in front of the other, little baby steps. You don't get huge successes and big wins overnight. It's a series of overnights. One small action step at a time will get you where you want to go. It's called the compound effect. It works so well. And sometimes I even have to remind myself, often I have to remind myself of that very same thing. Just get up and take one more step in the direction of your dreams. Just one more step. Identify the very next thing that needs to get done and do that. And when you get there, identify the next thing and do that, and keep doing that until you're there, wherever there is. No one can do it for you. And you're going to hit obstacles and you're going to hit roadblocks. And I hope that you're able to ask for support and help and tell people what you need and want. And maybe you can delegate a little, but you won't know until you hit those roadblocks what exactly it is that you need. You have to believe you can first. It's interesting because, so I'm wearing my Joyful Warrior t-shirt. It's my Kamala t-shirt. Joy is my business. Bravery and joy, those are my business. I know, I don't just believe, I know that when you make joy your set point, your default, rather than your end goal or a thing that you think you get to have once you've checked all the boxes or done all the things, when joy is your set point, it changes everything because you're different. You're shifted. You show up into your role as a leader, as a mentor, as a parent, as a guide, as a community member, as a friend, as a partner. You show up differently. And within that difference, you communicate differently, you engage differently. It shifts the dynamic of everything that happens. Joy changes lives, it changes leaderships, it changes dynamic, it changes everything. First, you have to believe it, and then you have to start implementing it. So, what if you could make joy your default temperature, right? Your starting point. And how can that belief, that intention, catapult action and results? Well, here's how. You believe that it can, you start moving, you prove to yourself it can get done. The magic happens when you take the first step and you are the only one that can do it. The magic happens when you get out of your own way and you get out of your own head and you decide that you're worth the time and the effort and the energy and the love that is required to get you from where you are right now to where you desire being. And it makes that entire process in the middle so much more joyful. Just think about that for 1 second. All right. I really want you to sit with this for a second. You're going to do all the things that you're going to do. You know what they are, maybe you don't, but you have an option. You have a choice in how they get done and how you feel about the things that you're doing. You can drag your feet. You can choose to be negative. You can choose to be miserable about it, or you can decide to show up joyful, to pick an approach that is joy based, to try things in new, creative ways that implement more joy along the process. Doesn't it sound wonderful? Can you imagine feeling joyful as you're growing, changing, transforming, and building whatever it is that you desire? You don't have to imagine that hard. It's totally doable. And there are so many fun ways. Like, I would love to hear from all of you. What are some of the fun ways that you bring joy into your own life? I'm going to see in chat, like into our boxes. Do we have any questions? What are some of the fun ways that you bring joy into your life? Now, here are a couple cool things that I'm working on. Some of you may have seen this in other places. I am writing a new book. It's called The Joy Experiment. And The Joy Experiment is all about embracing conscious leadership from a lens of embodied joy. And when I say conscious leadership, I don't necessarily only mean in a corporate setting. I mean as a human, as a parent, as a community member. Maybe you're on the PTA or the school board, or yeah, you own your own business, or you work for corporate corporation, easy for me to say. You could be anywhere, but you embrace joy as a foundational point. And I am doing a research study group so that I have case studies for my new book. And so people are applying, and you can apply right now. I'm looking for an incredibly vastly diverse group of people to participate in the research study group. Everyone gets to do my 6-week joy experiment program, totally free, $500 value. Plus, there will be live interaction, we'll be chatting, there'll be some coaching and journaling. And then anybody who completes every aspect of the research group gets to either take a $25 gift certificate as a thank you from me, or 6 months free in my Spark Collective. And the Spark Collective is my community membership that is specifically designed to help you connect with yourself, grow your self-awareness, intuition, compassion, and joy in bite-sized ways. It is designed for you to love on yourself in 10 or 15 minutes a day, just a couple times a week, because you can create massive shift in those areas: self-awareness, intuition, self-love, self-compassion, and joy in just a few minutes, a couple times a week. It changes the game. So normally that's $18 a month. It's worth every penny. We give content drops. You get guided hypnosis, EFT tapping, visualization, meditation, quick win mini courses, like so many amazing things inside the membership. But folks who are part of my research study group can select 6 months free of the Spark Collective, which is something I'm really excited to be able to offer. I am going to drop into the chat the link to apply if you want to be in the research study group for the joy experiment. I would love to have you there. Maybe you know somebody else and you want to share it with them. That would be super cool. Also, I would appreciate that. The other thing that I'm doing, we're starting it today and it's going to go through the election. Joyful Warrior. Y'all, we are tired. We are tired. We are stressed to the gills. You know, you think of it like when you have a very sick child or loved one and you keep your shit together just long enough to know that everything's going to be okay. And then once you get that, okay, we're going to be fine, then you totally fall apart. We're on the precipice of that, right? And I believe deep in my soul that Kamala Harris is going to win this election. But in the meantime, we are working so hard. We are challenging ourselves. We are pushing. We are canvassing. We are making phone calls. We are voting. We are supporting, right? Financially and all of that. We're talking to our friends. We're talking to our neighbors, and it is exhausting. And I want to remind you that it is key to take care of yourself, prioritize your own peace of mind, well-being. And one of the ways that I like to do that is through listening to subliminal hypnosis. Now, I'm certified in human design. I am a hypnotherapist, and I'm officially trained in how to create those subliminal hypnosis. And I have one that is created just for those of us who are joyful warriors, or anybody who wants to channel more calm, more peacefulness, feeling safe in your own body, all of that. Normally my 1 hour subliminal hypnosis are $75. I'm offering this one for $47. You guys get it, right? 47. Why 47? Well, because Kamala Harris is going to be our 47th president. So I'm going to share the link to that with folks. And I hope that this will support you. So if you don't know about subliminal audios, let me just share with you a little bit about what those are. So hypnosis in general speaks with your unconscious mind, right? It helps you reprogram and repattern your unconscious mind. And through those things, you kind of just rewire what you believe is possible for yourself, or what your subconscious mind feels about you and how you are in the moment and what you're experiencing in your life. And so a subliminal is designed to listen in the background. You don't have to stop what you're doing to listen. You can put it on in the background as you're doing your work, going for a walk, cooking dinner, doing laundry, driving in the car, wherever, right? Can be listened to at any time. And while these subliminals are an hour long, you can listen to 10, 15, 20 minutes of it. And that's totally fine. Pick it back up whenever you want. It's going to work for you no matter what. And it just quietly helps you pattern onto your subconscious programming that you are safe, you are confident, you are peaceful, you are calm, you are abundant, right? So all of these really wonderful things. So I'm calling it the Joyful Warrior subliminal audio download. But even if you're not in the US and you want to have access to this, you might as well take advantage of that $47 option. Really excited to be sharing all of that with you. So more details coming out later today on that, and then we'll be sharing that. I am hopeful that we can find peace and find calm, because if we are burnt out and exhausted, we cannot do this hard, important work, this good trouble. We have to create all of this good trouble together and collectively. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm hopeful that you are finding ways to bring more joy into your life, that you are choosing yourself bravely. That is hard to do. It's hard to do, especially as women, but not exclusively for women. It's hard to choose yourself out loud and consciously, because we are so patterned to be humble. Fuck that. We're not aspiring to be humble. We're so patterned to think that we have to sacrifice ourselves and our joy all the time in order to be good enough parents, friends, employees, partners, whatever. And it is simply not true, because the science is there. It shows us that when we prioritize ourselves and our self-care and our joy, that we show up so much more fully into all of the areas of our lives. And everyone we come in contact with is then healthier and happier because of it. I know that feels hard and awkward because that's not what we're conditioned to do. But if you will just close your eyes and leap with me and try it, then you can prove to yourself that it's true. You don't have to just take my word for it, but you do have to say yes. You have to say yes to somehow choosing these things for yourself, whether you're in one of my high ticket coaching programs or the $18 a month Spark Collective, or you're getting a $47 subliminal download, or attending a workshop, or doing the abundance challenge, or keeping a journal, or a gratitude journal, or a manifestation journal, whatever it is, you have to say yes to something that will get you the evidence you need that a healthy, happy, aligned, joyful you is better for everyone in your life. I promise you that it is. I promise it with my whole heart. If you do this work, if you say yes to yourself and do this work, the results will show for themselves. This is not a cut and paste. This is finding what fits you, what works for you, discovering your own joy. I'm certified in human design, and human design is a modern scientific self-discovery system based on several different ancient philosophies and sciences. The Chinese, my brain, wow, y'all, I'm tired. I had to get up really early to take my car to the shop. I apologize. Kabbalah, Buddhism, quantum physics, astrology, and the chakra system. That's what it's based on, human design. And through human design, you get to know yourself fully and completely. And then you get to figure out what your thought process and choice. And from there, then we do positive psychology, joy experiments, NLP, hypnotherapy, EFT tapping, time techniques, all of those sorts of subliminal programming, subconscious reprogramming to go from what you used to think you needed to be into fully being the happiest, healthiest, most aligned version of yourself. You have to say yes. Are you willing to say yes? Are you willing to say yes to yourself? So we have a comment here on YouTube from Melinda. I am wealth, I am abundance, I am joy. That's the same affirmation that I say all day. I light my Palo Santo or my sage and I walk around the house and I say, I am wealth, I am abundance, I am joy. And Melinda, I don't know if you got that because I repeat that all the time or if that was already yours. Melinda's a member of my Spark Collective and I love having you there. Melinda says, joy is walking in the woods, laughing with others. This morning, her meditation was about choosing joy. So I love that. I love that you're finding ways to implement that. There's so many joyful moments. The other night, I was out and the moon was pretty and I took a picture of it. And in the picture, I could see all of the really cool clouds. I couldn't see that with my naked eye. And finding that little secret was joyful. Joy can be discovered in so many different ways. Yes, through the Pocket Full of Money book. I guess that is where I got it. I have that book here somewhere. Somewhere is the Pocket Full of Money book. I don't know. I guess I did get it directly from there. You're right. I love that. So that's an example of subconscious reprogramming because in that book, and I don't know why, I know I have it right here, but I can't find it. I can't immediately find it. But that is a great example because throughout that book, A Pocket Full of Money is a fantastic read. Actually, I think it might be next to my bed. That's why I can't find it because you just read different bits and pieces of it. He'd write a paragraph and then it would say, I am wealth, I am abundance, I am joy. And you are reading it over and over and over and over and over again. And that patterns that truth onto you. That's a perfect example of subconscious reprogramming and what our subliminal audios do for you. So thank you for reminding me about that, Melinda. Such a great book. Highly recommended. My invitation to you today is to find 4 things that bring you joy that are insignificant or could be considered insignificant if you didn't Notice them. Um, joy, joy. The way the sun streams in to my office brings me so much joy. The other morning, I was up very early and there wasn't a lot of light in my office, and the photos and the books were leaving shadows on the walls. And I actually did a video. I think I put it up on Instagram and TikTok because the joy of seeing the shadows and seeing my space in a new light that I don't normally see, um, it caused me to pause. That's a joy moment. If it causes you to pause and notice, it brings joy. Be present in those moments. Allow yourself to experience those and activate them and elevate them, and they compound, right? So, folks, I am going to go and do a meditation because I can feel my energy levels are really low. I'm highly emotional. This is why I'm creating this subliminal. I've already created it. It's ready. I think I'm going to listen to it myself because I need it, and I'm going to do a meditation. Um, I'm going to give myself that space, that awareness, that kindness, because I deserve it and you deserve it. And um, I want you to love on yourself. So if you're curious to know about the Joy Experiment Research Group, or share it, particularly in diverse communities. I want to make sure I love you all. I have a huge white woman following, and I love all my white women. I do. But we want to grow beyond that for this research group and also for the work, because joy is for everyone. Self-love, self-awareness, self-compassion, self-trust, knowing yourself, trusting your intuition, that is for everyone. And not everyone has access to it. And I want to make sure that everyone has access to it. Those things are for you. Joy is for you. Compassion is for you. Self-awareness is for you. Trusting your gut and your intuition is for you. Just say yes to yourself. Say yes to yourself. Brian is here. I love you, Brian. He comes every week. He's apologizing he's late. He was working. How dare you, Brian, have actual work to do. Last week, he tried to remind me to pull a Create Brave card, and I was on a roll with the live show, and I wasn't paying attention. And I missed it, but I'm not missing it this time. I moved them right in front of my face. So for those of you who are not familiar, this is a deck of manifestation cards called the Create Brave deck. I co-created this with my friend Rachel Swanson. I love these cards. They are, first of all, they're gorgeous. This beautiful box comes with a guidebook, and the cards are lovely. They're teal glitter edges and just so, so, so pretty. And they are designed to help you think creatively and out of the box about how you are creating the things that you desire in your life. Remember that manifestation isn't wanting something and it magically appears. Manifestation is declaring something and then shifting the way you show up into the world to make it happen. Choosing fucking joy among chaos and stress and torment, especially in this country, especially right now during this election season. Like we could just get eaten up by the ick. When you choose to be joyful, when you choose to be loving and open-hearted and kind and compassionate with yourself and giving yourself grace, when you choose that, that's how you manifest what you want, because you are shifting the way you show up in the world. So I like to, hello, Pam. So nice to see you here. I like to shuffle my cards, whether they're manifestation cards or affirmation cards, tarot cards, oracle cards. I like to shuffle them until the one the universe wants me to have is here. So let's just do that. I'm going to keep shuffling. I know. He says, I know, right? You did. You tried to save me, Brian, last week. You're like, cards? And I'm like, what? And then, oh, here she is. Okay. You guys ready? Let's see what it is. I might have needed this today. Experience. My senses are alive. I am present in each moment. Experience. So here's my invitation to you. When you hear this, when you see this card, what's the first thing that comes to mind for you? What do you think this card means for you? Not what the guidebook says, not what I'm about to say, but for you. That's how these cards work. That's the power of this. What does this tell you? And what it immediately told me was, A, trust my experience, trust my knowledge, trust that I know enough to do all of the things I desire doing and to be the change maker that I desire being. And also allowing myself space to experience what's happening in my life and in the world right now with kindness and with grace, with hope and with possibility. My senses are alive. I am present in each moment. I'll tell you a really fun story why this card is in here. So, my co creator, Rachel, I love this story. Um, our children were in school together from kindergarten all the way through fifth grade. And I think that the kids must have been in kindergarten or first grade. I'm not sure which one. And Rachel's son said, Mama, um, don't you want to go outside and experience? And she said, well, experience what? And he said, everything. Don't you just want to go outside and experience everything? And I just loved that so fully and completely. It embodies so much of who I want to be in the world and who I hope to support and coach and guide in the world, what kind of parent I want to be, what kind of children I want to have. Please choose to go out into the world and experience all of it. Everything is valuable. Everything is worthy. Trust yourself. Choose yourself bravely. Choose joy bravely. Be present bravely. If anybody wants to get a deck of the Create Brave cards, you can get them on my website at vickeryandco.com or through my Instagram shop, my Meta shop. Keep an eye out later today. I'm going to be selling those hypnosis audios, subliminal hypnosis audios, $47 in honor of Kamala Harris, but also it is so that you can find a little time for peace and mind and quiet and calm in your life right now amongst all of this stress and chaos. Thank you for being here with me today. I always enjoy getting to spend a little bit of time with you and for holding space for me and sharing your awareness moments and what lights you up. It changes the game. Being in community with you changes the game. I would love to see you in my Spark Collective, $18 a month. You can find that link in my bio. For just a few minutes a day, a couple times a week, you can change your life fully and completely. And it's only happening if you choose you. So take care, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.